baking always has been a joy for me. And started with my grandmother and my mom, and they showed me how they did it. They didn't show me why they did it, but how. And so I learned from them. And an example is cookies for my grandmother. She always made a sugar cookie that had a cinnamon red hot right in the center. And if they even were brown on the bottom, my grandfather, whom we always called Jojo, never called him Grandpa. Anyways, if they were even brown on the bottom, she could not give them to him. And so they just had to be that really almost a white coming out of the oven. But she had some beautiful techniques. Of course, that was way back when we didn't have all these other ingredients. And so things have changed as technology has changed. Mm-hmm. I have been sampling with different cookies and forever. And I have cookies that my mom used to make. She'd give them out to neighbors every Christmas and send them to work with my dad. And so there were favorites that they always made. So those recipes I have kept and I've put into my cookbook, and I'm real proud of those recipes. There was a healthcare worker who lived here, or not worked here, and she had, she had, I think, a couple of residents that she was working for. And so every time she passed the hall, I'd maybe have a different cookie out. And she never paid really attention to where they came from. So she stopped me one day in the hallway and she said, "I have looked everywhere for La Bear Bakery. I cannot find it in the yellow pages. I went to the Chamber of Commerce to see if they had something registered for the La Bear Bakery." She says, "I can't find it anywhere. Where do you get your stuff from La Bear Bakery?" And I says, "2 doors down and on your left." And she just about roared laughing. That was so funny. All this time. I've got to make these cookies. I think it's here. Anyway, hang on a minute. I got to make lemon cookies for my kids.
You gotta make shelving in the closets too.
Yeah. And you tip the tip off, and then you just put it in your cookies and put it in your tarts and this type of thing. But they have jams and ganache and all these types of things in these little bags. And they're, you don't have to keep them in the refrigerator. So I always pick up stuff in the Amish store. But I have all sorts of flour. I have bread, OO flour for pastas, and I have cake flour, and I have tapioca flour, and I use a lot of that kind of stuff. Well, Lowell, I think there's 2 bags of Red Hots in the other bathroom. When we go up to the Amish in Missouri, They have a store there. It's almost like a warehouse type thing. And they have everything, okay? We get our caramel covered chocolate bean, our cocoa beans there, but I get the cinnamon red hots, and they are the original red hots. These little fake things that you get now are horrible. Those are called, they call them red hots. They aren't red hots. So you have to have the original ones from my grandmother's stash. So she's, so we got 2 packages when we were there. So when we built the second house, I said a double oven is a criteria. And
what are you doing here?
This is, I've got to punch this down, okay? And this is all dough, and I'm going to be making into more almond swirl bread. So, but I've got to make the bread down, and I've got to measure it out so that the loaves all come out evenly. And so it's very precise. I get all the air out of it. And then I weigh it. Okay, 9.3. I've got to have about 86, otherwise it comes out of the container. That's 85.
Overflows the pan.
Yes. Okay, this is 79, that's okay. This is 95, it's too much. Well, you see the finished product and you don't realize that there's other things that had to go into it. This is
that almond butter?
This is almond paste, and I put a little bit of butter with it to make it spreadable. And these are techniques that I learned myself, okay? And it's just, I know how to do things, I didn't know why to do things. So I took a couple classes down at the university in McAllen, and I learned why I do things. And so it's a matter of saying, okay, that is why we have to do this way, and that's why the flour has to be this kind of flour, you know, all these types of things. These you can get at Walmart.
Yeah.
There's 9 of them, and I have 2 full sets I can use. But the other one makes a bigger loaf, and it doesn't fit in the bag. Anyways. Okay.
And like, do you use your mixer a lot for a lot of things?
Every day.
Every day. I wonder how many hours it has on it.
I have no idea. In fact, it's sounding a little rough. And so I keep thinking, oh, do I have to go get another one? You know, I said, oh no, I can get this one refurbished and it'll be fine. Yeah. See, this is almond swirl. This is the Christmas bread, and I haven't made the whole wheat. I'll make the whole wheat tomorrow. So these I've got to get over to them.
So this is your fruit bread here.
This is the fruit. Yeah, that's the Christmas bread. Yeah. And it will get decorated on the top. Okay. And I get the racks from the kitchen below because I can't do all these at one time. And they're so generous here. I mean, I can't believe it. They bring the tables up for me. They bring the chairs, the racks. I would like to recommend this for anyone who would like to start something similar to this in their community, but there's a few things you need to watch for. Number one, you got to make sure that you start small. I started off doing little cookies for the socials, and I found that, hey, people were really interested in some of the cookies I made, and so it developed from there. The other thing that I'd like to mention is that there were some challenges. Not everything comes out perfect, but it does help if you try some old recipes and just change maybe the spices and that'll help. But there were two things that I wanted to learn when I started all these types of baking and things. One was how to make croissants, and it is a technique that you have to learn. And the other one is macarons, which have the little feet on them, and you put cream cheese or frosting or icing between the two layers. And they're really a delicate cookie that you see in Italy and in France a lot. But those were two. I have been able to conquer the croissants. I don't have a problem with those, but the macarons are still giving me a little bit of trouble, so I will be working on those this year. Because I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, and I enjoy the people when they start lining up the hall.
Yeah,
you know,
that's
and I
what I'm
enjoy
saying.
to say, oh, you know, they're going to come, they're going to eat, they're going to have. I hope they go home and enjoy it. And a couple of them will be sampling some cracker candy that I made on the way down. Lowell serves all of that, which is great, and so it gets them their taste buds going. But it's a passion for me. This is a special time of year for me,
Look at all that. Oh, that's amazing. You should have got in line sooner. Hello. You're gonna love it. It's the best thing.
Many people come into our lives that make a difference, and moving here has been a real difference for both Lowell and I, and we have thoroughly enjoyed meeting all these new people and just enjoying what they have to offer for us. So this is our way of saying thank you and Merry Christmas to everyone.